For mangroves, this is the campaign for beach cleanup. As you know, in the city of Mumbai, where we stay, the beach is been the mangroves are the lungs of Mumbai, and to protect this, Seher Bhamla has started this initiative, and I want Mr. Eric Solemji and the entire to please unveil this small poster. Mrs. Megha Tata, Tata ji, yeah, Megha ji, please come on stage. Megha Tata ji, please on stage. I think all are vaccinated and safe in Savannah, Mumbai. Dikakarji, because of you, I think the cases are going down in Dharavi. So I think photo up, no mask, and after that you can absolutely. I would request her to please open the leaf and tell. Yeah. So this campaign on the eve of UN Day, which is on 24th, Seher Bhamla came with an idea of saving the mangroves and beach cleanup. And the face of this campaign is obviously going to be Bhumi Petnagar, which is tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Carter Road, opposite CCD Amphitheatre, where we have the mangrove, the lungs of Mumbai, cleaning up that and cleaning up the beach in and around Bandra and the suburbs. Thank you very much, all of you. I would request all of you to kindly take the seat. Yeah, I will call one by one.
Asif Bhamla ji and Bhamla Foundation for having me here. In fact, I am fortunate to have many. In fact, the mission Dharavi or the Dharavi model has many hidden, unhidden hands behind the success of this Dharavi model. One of the hand is Bhamla Foundation and Asif Bhamla himself. I still remember during the pandemic when people were so scared and not able to, not even there, they come out of their bedroom. The people or the warriors of Bhamla Foundations are on ground in Dharavi helping people, convincing people to quarantine. They are to quarantine themselves or maybe are distributing food in the area. And I think hats off to people like them, Bhamla Foundation, who contributed to this mission. And there are many unhidden hands like that only. Thank you for all help you have provided for that.
Thank you, Dikakarji. But I think urban forest is the need of the hour, and I know climate change के बारे में जब बात होती है. Yeah. But thank you. We have to create a lot of spot in and around Dharavi also, and we need your support for that. And for right now, and after this, I'm going to call educationist, the trustee of Jamnabai, Mr. Sujay Jairaj Thakurji, to please come on stage. Please, Mr. Sujay Jairaj Thakurji.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. And firstly, a big congratulations to Bhamla Foundation and Seher Bhamla for this excellent initiative. Bhamla Foundation is always in the forefront when it comes to the environment. I've been, of course, following them from so many years, and it's always a pleasure to support them in every initiative they take. I've spoken to Seher, and with all our educational institutes, we would like to tie up with them in terms of creating urban forests, because it's the need of the hour, especially in a city like Mumbai where we are surrounded by water and we can't grow horizontally, and the city is growing vertically. So that's where I think urban forests will play a very, very crucial and important role. And Seher, I would like to give you my full support with all my education institutes, students and parents wherever possible. Thank you so very much and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for always supporting the Bhamla Foundation. I would request Honorable Mr. Eric Solemji to please come on the dais, the former president of UNEP, and Mr. R. Balki ji to please come on stage. Megha Tata ji also to please come on stage. And the Honorable Councillor General for Norway, Mr. Flolo, to please also come on stage. So here, when we all come under one dais, under one roof to talk about environment, and the climate change, which is the alarming for the global, which is alarming time for the global, we have joined hands with Tiger Shroff to create urban forests in Mumbai city, in and around, not only Mumbai city, all over India. So this campaign is going to launch today. But before that, I would like to call Romanchak Arora, the most important pillar of the Bhamla Foundation, to speak more about it and throw some more light on this. Romanchak Arora.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I shouldn't say too many words. There are far more distinguished guests in the room, including Mr. Erik Solheim. So I think we should listen more to him than to me. But just to say I'm very happy to be invited to take part. And this topic it's impossible to give this issue too much attention. The issue of protecting the climate and the environment is actually the most important thing anyone can do and focus on at the moment. So just to acknowledge everything that is done by Bhamla Foundation and all others and all individuals here, it's really, really very important what you all do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would request Megha Tata ji to please share a few words on this.
Thank you, Asif ji, for inviting, and good afternoon, everyone. I represent Discovery, which is one of the biggest networks, which is it's all the DNA of that network is all about environment and the support. We do a lot on various levels. Not only in terms of content, but in terms of the kind of work we do, especially with tie-ups with WWF and United Nations for that matter, in areas like Sundarbans, where we are trying to address some of those animal-human conflict, to address some of the challenges in the environment, and driving one of the key reserves, which is about getting tigers. One of our commitments was to increase the number of tigers, and that's some bit we have been able to support in the last few years of the support we've done with WWF. I also represent International Advertising Association as the president of the India chapter, and one of the key awards we do is called the Olive Crown Awards, which is actually to support and award and rewards organizations who've done some outstanding work in environment, and I think Bhamla Foundation won the award this year as well, and really appreciate what the foundation is doing, and it is absolutely the need of.
We request Mr. Bhamla to please receive the Honorable Tiger Shroff ji, the face of the campaign. A big round of applause for this youth icon, environmentalist by heart, Tiger Shroff.
Getting everyone together was especially saving our planet, saving the environment, and I would just like to say a few words about the man because of whom we all are here, which is Mr. Asif Bhamla, who's been single-handedly for past 20 years, as of what I know, been working towards, especially this cause of saving environment, not about anything else. Pardon me if I've, ignored any of your other efforts, but what I know and what I've been associated with. So, may it be plastic pollution, air pollution, may it be anything. He's been working relentlessly with all the people from all walks of life, whether it is people from film industry, sports, or from everyone, and they've all been supporting him. And I think as the time goes by, which is where he realized that collaboration with the young people, with the youth, is very important, which is we call the millennial. And I think it all started off with his daughter Seher, who's very much involved in everything. And I think that's where it's about 4 years ago when he met Tiger, when they did one of the Environment Day initiatives together. And I think they all connected there. And what they decided that let's together do this, thing. So today, I will go very specific. Why we are meeting here is we've been involved in all sorts of initiatives, whether it is about air pollution, water pollution, or planting trees. The core right now, whatever is happening to our planet right now, is that the calamities, why it is happening because of the lack of forest, because of the development. So because of the deforestation, they all realize that planting just single plants or sapling won't make a difference. We have to create forests. The whole idea of urban forest within the ecosystem is important. And that's where Tiger, himself came forward, and they both decided that let's start this initiative where we can create urban forests within our ecosystem, within the metro cities, which is what we are lacking. As we say worldwide, when we see a Central Park or a Hyde Park, which are the lungs of the country, or city. So that's what they decided, that they will start with this initiative. And basis on the lines of a legendary man who passed away last year, Akira Miyawaki, a Miyawaki method, which is what they're going to follow. So this is just to communicate the intent why we are going at it. This is a long drawn process which will take another 2 years. But as what, Miyawaki said himself, that it grows 10 times faster. So probably in a year from now, we'll be actually seeing what we are dreaming of right now. So it is actually a dream come true for, the kind of team which we have here with their support. And he's a man of few words, but his work speaks volumes. So let me hand over the mic to the man because of whom we are here, the catalyst, Mr. Asif Bamla.
A big round of applause for Asif Bamla ji.
Thank you so much. I am so happy and excited that Eric is here. Finally, the man who is the tallest environmentalist, I think globally. And I'm very fortunate that he's here. In the last time, 5 years back in New Delhi, we launched a campaign on plastic pollution. And the Honorable Prime Minister unveiled the campaign. I think, Mr. Eric, you're aware about that. And that was also a global campaign on plastic pollution. And it got tremendous, support from there. So we have with us on stage the man of the day, the man who's going to lead environment, who's going to be the face of environment, Mr. Tiger Shroff. A huge round of applause for him. We have Mr. R. Balki. I'm a very big admirer and a big fan of his films. A very huge round of applause for Mr. Balki. Mr. Balki has requested me that he won't be speaking, but I think people want to hear you too. You have a throat problem, okay. So we have Megha Tata ji from Discovery Channel. We have my friend, the Honorable Consul General of Norway. So it's a very august gathering. We have, as you all aware, that Bamla Foundation, having completed 25 years in service in the fields of children, in the field of environment from past 15 years. I still remember the first World Environment Day. Tiger, let me also reiterate that this was 15 years back at Carter Road, and my very dear friend Jackie Shroff was one of the person to have had led that World Environment Day on Carter Road. I think few people here know about it. I think Irshad, aap log shayad gawah hain is cheez ke. So I've got a lot of evidences here with me. So, and now we're seeing Tiger coming here after 15 years. So when we started off, it was like, what are we talking about environment 15 years back? And now it's such a proud moment that we see the Honorable Prime Minister from the Red Fort talking about environment. We worked every year on the World Environment Day on various campaigns of air pollution, water pollution, plastic pollution, and last year, of course, biodiversity. And we have achieved tremendous success, and we are proud to have been working with the United Nations globally. And it's a proud moment for us. Eric, you're aware, we were awarded at the United Nations headquarters at New York for the exemplary success on plastic pollution. And this year we said, let us do a campaign. And when I spoke to Tiger, he said, Tiger has been a very passionate environmentalist at heart. I don't know how many of you are aware, but I'm sure you've seen quite a few of his campaigns on marathons and on greenathons. So he has been very passionate, and one day I just happened to speak to him and he said, Asif ji, I want to do something different. Normally tree plantations are held, and how many trees after they are planted remain is a very big question. I myself have planted, I don't even know the figures, how many trees, but then sometimes you realize that there are no more there. So with the existing arrangement, with the kind of forest fires, with the land that we're losing, you see the ancestors have, you see this Mother Earth has, if you see, the Mother Earth has given us so much over the years, and the way we have treated this, and I'm sure we're seeing the outcome of that over the years. So we decided that urban forests, in a place like Mumbai, I know it's very difficult, it's very challenging to have urban forests, but in places, in the rural belts and stuff, with Tiger being the brand ambassador, we'll be able to mobilize a lot of youngsters, because he's a youth icon, and I'm so thankful and fortunate that Tiger, you have endorsed this campaign, and this campaign will not just be confined to Mumbai, Maharashtra. It is going to be a global campaign. In fact, we are going to be working with the Ministry of Environment, Government of India. We'll be working with the ministry here in the state. We've already spoken with the Environment Minister here, Mr. Aditya Thackeray, as well. So it's going to be a combined effort. You see, to have a huge project like this, you have to work with the Mahanagar Palika, with the Member of Parliaments, and with the local arrangements here to ensure that the execution of this happens. Of course, let me also tell Tiger this, that we won't trouble you for a lot of things, because I know you're too busy and you've got too much to do. But all that area will be looked after us. But I am sure in days and years to come, we will try to, in this whole team, taking the administration into confidence and everybody, we will be able to envisage this dream which Tiger has always looked up towards environment, and we all look forward, with the support of all my friends here, to take this to the next level. Like any other campaigns of ours, I think this, by and large, till now, is going to be one of the biggest campaign. And once again, a very, very big applause to my friend Tiger, who very voluntarily has agreed, has supported this entire campaign till here, and for this entire 1-2 years. We plan to take this campaign very long, but we plan you to have our face of this campaign for life. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Asif bhai. We need the youth to take the charge in future. Now, I would request Honorable Mr. Eric Solheimji to please say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to be with you. I was traveling through large part of Mumbai coming here, and what I saw was one of the most dynamic cities in the world. One of the most fascinating cities in the world. A city full of emotions and life and happiness. But I also saw a city which will benefit from going more green. For sure, you will benefit in the long run when you get a metro system here and when you get electric buses in Mumbai. But you will also in Mumbai benefit from more parks and urban forests. And that's why I'm so happy to be with Bamla Foundation today to launch this campaign. There's an enormous improvement in people's lives if they get closer to parks and green areas. In the United States of America, all posters and the number of research showing that those cities going green, they attract the best people. That's where people want to live. I'm also very happy to be with you, Tiger. I don't know you very well, I have to admit. But I believe that environmentalists very often fail from one reason. The message is only speaking to the brain, not to the heart and the guts of people. And sometimes it's incredibly boring. And the number of PowerPoint presentations, which are done with the best of intentions, but don't really touch people. People like you can reach out and touch people in a completely different way. And that's why you are so valuable that you have joined this campaign. So I'd like to give you a vote of thanks for that. This comes at a time where there is huge environment progress in India. As Asif Bamla said, I worked with Prime Minister Modi 3 years back on fighting plastic pollution in India, which is horrendous, as everywhere else in the world. Prime Minister Modi promised that he would put a ban to all those plastic items which are not needed in India. I mean, can't you drink without a straw? Can't you have a meal with normal cutlery? Do you really need plastic cutlery? We all know the answer to these questions. And now Prime Minister Modi has lived up to his promise. It's a very good quality of a politician. You promise something and you keep it. And all these single-use plastic items will be prohibited in India. Bravo for Prime Minister Modi and all the other leaders who have achieved this. There's many other areas of progress. I can mention green hydrogen, where again the Prime Minister just launched a huge scheme with some of the giants of Indian business, some of the tycoons here, Mr. Ambani, Mr. Adani and others, putting huge amount of money on the table while the Prime Minister is driving it politically. And 1 week back, I was with Aditya Thakeray, so many of you know, the Minister of Environment of the great state of Maharashtra. What did he do? Launching the electric buses scheme for Mumbai. Again, great news for the people of Mumbai, but also great news for the world. Very soon Mumbai will be run by electric buses and electric buses only. Then how do we green the planet? Because that's what the part this scheme is all about. I think there are 3 things we need to do. Number 1, let's protect what is already there. Let's protect all those rainforests and forests which are already there. We cannot cut down something and then build up the same somewhere else. And here there is some very good news. Indonesia, second biggest rainforest nation in the world, now has brought deforestation to 0. Why? Good policies of the government of Indonesia, responsible business of the business of Indonesia, and citizens saying, we want this to happen, please follow us. Then we need to do tree planting at big scale. State of Telangana in India is a lead state here. They have now made 3% increase in the tree cover of Telangana. Fantastic progress and a world-class achievement. In China, President Xi Jinping has promised that China will do as much tree planting every year from now to 2030 as the size of the Kingdom of Belgium. Well, Belgium is not the biggest power in the world, but the landmass of Belgium is still significant, and if China can do that, and tree planting makes it cooler, and which is good for people. And we now see a huge movement for urban forest all over India. Day before yesterday, I was in the city of Bengaluru. There, an organization called Say Trees have made 35 urban parks just in the city of Bengaluru. A couple of days before, I was in Pune, where Terre and other civil society organizations have made some beautiful city forest. And you see this in Ahmedabad, in Chennai, in many cities. But it's very great. The Bamla Foundation will put itself as a lead entity in making this happen, for sure Mumbai, but also all over India. We need more urban forest. The concept of the Miyawaki is great, but of course you always need to look into what you plant, make sure it lasts long, make sure there is biodiversity in what you plant, and normally plant indigenous species. They are the best to grow, not something imported from somewhere else. But I'm sure you are aware of all this and will do it in the right way. So let me just conclude by saying this is a great initiative. I wish you all succeed. Please, Tiger, communicate this to many Indians, and please bring them up to the actual tree planting. That's also a huge way of creating jobs. And it's also a huge way for people to mobilize the civil instinct that I want to do something for India and for the world. So, urban forest, and I'm looking back to come here in a few years' time to visit some of the urban forests you together have achieved.
Friends, we've requested Tiger to just have a question-answer session, but my very humble request is that the question answers have to be just confined for environment. इस विषय के आगे टाइगर्स को फिल्म्स के लिए आप लोगों ने बहुत बार इंटरव्यू किया होगा, आप लोगों ने बहुत बाइट्स ली होगी, लेकिन चूंकि इस बार एक अलग काम के लिए एक अलग विषय को लेके आए, तो कृपया करके पर्यावरण से संबंधित जो भी प्रश्न हो वो ही किया जाए. अन्यथा वो विषय हम यहाँ ले नहीं सकते क्योंकि इट्स लिटिल इट इज कन्फाइंड टू एनवायरनमेंट. ये जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है सिर्फ पर्यावरण से संबंधित है. तो आप जो पूछना चाहे प्रश्न टाइगर जी को पर्यावरण से संबंधित प्रश्न करें. धन्यवाद.
So I will pass on the mic, and as Mr. Bamla said, just please keep it to afforestation and धरती की बातें करते हैं, हरी भरी बातें करते हैं, and that's it. Nothing apart from that. So yeah, my media friend.
सबसे पहले तो भामला फाउंडेशन को और यहाँ पर जितने भी डिग्नेटरीज हैं उनको बहुत बहुत बधाई, congratulations. Tiger, my question is to you. Your association with Bhamla Foundation, as Asif bhai said, your dad 15 साल पहले जुड़े थे और आप वो लेगेसी को थोड़ा आगे लेके जा रहे हैं. तो how does it feel, taking this legacy ahead, and something about the environment, like what would you really love to work on any particular project or something?
Very, very thankful to Asif ji for having me a small part of this campaign, and privileged to be amongst all these esteemed guests. I don't want to pat myself on the back of being the face of this initiative or anything, because I think it's a no-brainer. I think each one of us are responsible for our planet's future, and climate change is rampant. Climate change is real. It's the immediate threat. I know we're all very, caught up on Corona right now as well. We're doing a very good job fighting, being responsible citizens. But I think the bigger picture right now is the environment as well is, climate change is the need of the hour. The attention to that is the need of the hour as well. So very, very happy that you have me on board for this, and will do my best to, make a difference, a small change. I mean, it starts in our house, guys, by switching off the lights, saving water, just trying to be responsible. Each one of us have the power in our own houses to make a difference. So really, it's not about just planting one tree. I think what's amazing is the whole concept of afforestation, where we get to plant complete, full, lush forests rather than just one sapling. I think it's time to do these things in bulk, and it's not just about our country. I think it's about the whole world and our whole planet. So thank you once again for having me on board, sir.
Thank you. Can I have the next question, please? Yeah. Please pass the mic for the picture.
Hi, Tiger. So it's Priyanka here. So I would just want to say, talking on environment, so we can save the pollution and all, so how come cycling is a very good exercise?
Cycling is a very good exercise?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, why not?
So you can promote cycling also with the MMA.
I mean, sure, yeah, that makes perfect sense, yeah. Cycling, walking, especially if the distance from your house to your work or wherever you want to go to is close by, then why not? That's a good point, yeah. Nice.
Thank you very much. Can I have the next question, please?
Tiger, hi. Here.
जी सर.
टाइगर, पर्यावरण की जो हालत देश में है और पूरे वर्ल्ड में है, कितनी चिंता की बात है. अगर हम नहीं संभले और हमने उस तरफ ध्यान नहीं दिया तो कितना वरी करती है ये चीज़ आपको, कितने कंसर्न है आप इससे कि बदलाव आना चाहिए और पर्यावरण पे बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान, खासकर आज के यूथ को जो इतना अवेयर नहीं है, जो अपनी ही दुनिया में रहता है, उनके लिए कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है कि वो लोग ध्यान दें.
Awareness तो काफ़ी है, everybody's educated. It's all about converting that education and that